Yo. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. What a fucking way to start the show. Anyways, welcome everybody to Strasbourg Steve. We got a new show that I've been brainstorming with my guy, Elijah, Spurs fan in the building. We've been not brainwashing, fucking hell. Brainstorming.
Wait, you done Olivia now, yeah? We're brainwashing.
Yeah, we've done a Levy and Ange brainwash thing. Now, we've been talking about this for the past like 2 weeks to do a Newcastle and the Spurs show because I'm always trying to expand. I pay $40 a month for StreamYard, may as well fucking use it. So, pleasure to have on the channel regular Spurs content creator and just generally just fucking hilarious individual. Eli. We're gonna be talking Spurs and Newcastle for y'all. Semi-weekly, we'll basically play by here, but yeah, we've been brainstorming the past hour, thumbnails and title and stuff. But yes, this is the debut of the entertaining football merchants, Newcastle and Tottenham show.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. Actually, I thought it was gonna take longer, but I was like, yo, what do Spurs and Newcastle have in common? We're entertaining football merchants. So
pretty much, yeah.
That's the angle we went down. But yeah, shout out everybody inside. Cy, Cooper, BX Gunner, Warrior J, Latimus Prime, all y'all. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, we'll be reviewing the Newcastle United Brentford 2-1 win for us. General talk about both clubs. And yeah, Chelsea Spurs. And I guess we could start there. Fresh in the mind. Talk to me, Eli. Vent, do what you gotta do about this result in it.
Man, this was depression. That's literally one word to sum it up. Full on depression, man. We did next to nothing for 90 minutes. We scored a goal randomly, which it was a foul, to be fair. I've heard people say it's harsh. It was a foul. Sarr did foul him, and it was a yellow card offense, so I can't really be mad at it.
Red?
I mean, it could be a red, I guess, in some. I feel like it wouldn't have been a red just because of the context. Like, he scored a goal off it, so I don't think he would have overturned it and then given a red. So I think a yellow is a fair assessment. I don't mind too much. I'll be real though. That's Robert Sanchez. We cashed in his bozo moment. Like, we know he's gonna have a bozo moment every game.
Yeah,
and we cashed it in at the wrong time because he had
literally.
Because he had a bozo moment. That should have been an easy save, and he fumbled. It went in, and the goal got chalked off. So as soon as it got chalked off, I was like, "Well, we've lost. We're not scoring because we."
Oh, really? You thought that was?
Yeah, that was it.
That was like yeah.
We didn't even look threatening for until that goal. We didn't look threatening at all. So I was assuming that Robert Sanchez would give us some.
Jesus Christ, sorry to cut you off. Besides, I think the only time you were threatening was that crazy start to the game, like the 2 minutes at the very first. That was the only time, really. It was like at the very, very beginning of the game. But then, yeah, from then until and I think Bergvall had a shot in the first half that was like, it was all right.
I don't even remember it, to be fair.
There you go.
I don't even remember. I'll be real, I don't even remember. But until that Son chance, like towards the end of the game.
Oh yeah, the Son one at the end. That was
yeah. But as Robert Sanchez, he's gonna give the opposition something at some point, and unfortunately, it was the one moment where Sarr had fouled Caicedo. I'm pretty sure it was fully deserving of a yellow card, but yeah, that's when he gave us his bozo moment. So yeah, it wasn't fun. Wasn't fun seeing our only chance get chalked off.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's peak, man. You're lacking threat there. That sums up Tottenham. Sums up Tottenham.
Yeah.
Man. No threat.
I feel like both of your wingers did not get on the ball enough throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the bigger problems. I think Odebear's a decent young player. Son, I don't think is at I don't even think he's at the level anymore of top 5 leagues. Like his next move his next move is gonna be, I don't know. maybe he does a Perisic thing and goes to like PSV or Ajax or one of those, or he's gonna go to like he's gonna go back home, one of those, or maybe he goes to MLS. But like, surely this is like it's honestly it's sad to see because I think Son's he's a sick player. I really like Son, but I think he's been done out here for a minute.
Yeah,
Today
you know,
kind of
his son is just not what this system needs. Unfortunately, it's one of them ones where, like, Son
right.
is not a touchline creative winger, like creative hub. Like that's not his game. Like it's never been his game. Big up
Yeah,
Philly every time, but
Philly.
yeah, Son has never been that. So to ask him at 32 to do that while also high pressing and initiating a press and all that stuff, like he's not capable of doing those things, unfortunately, and he hasn't really tried to adapt his game. I think one of my biggest criticisms of Son is that
Yeah,
as the time went on and he started to lose a yard of pace, and as his dribbling started to kind of wane a bit, he didn't really switch up his game because he didn't have to because he was playing with Harry Kane. And now that Kane is gone and Son is too far into his career to make adaptations, you can see he's at the point where he's trying to be the Son of old and he can't do it. So he's almost in a space where like he doesn't know what to do apart from do the same things. Because Son is still attempting to do what he did 10 years ago. It just doesn't work because he's
true.
not as fast and he can't dribble as well. And Son has never really been that great of a passer. He hasn't really been a physical player. While his dribbling was good, it was also relying on his pace. So now that his pace is gone, his
Yes,
dribbling's gone down as well. So the only thing that's left there is his shooting. But because he's busy pressing the whole game, or at least trying to press, and he's already tired as it is. And to be fair, he's just lacking confidence. Even his shooting isn't what it used to be. So Son is just completely devoid of any confidence. And he spent more time trying to convince the Tottenham fans that he's still got something in his locker rather than trying to play. So at this point, yeah, he's gone in there. He's done.
yeah,
Again, he hasn't really been used to the best of his ability, but I can say that for the whole squad for the most part.
yeah.
So yeah,
What bothers you?
not been a great time.
Yeah, what bothers you the most about the game today?
What
If you had
bothers
to
me the
pinpoint
most?
one thing.
Um, the it's pretty much a picture copy of us every game, especially whenever we don't win, and it's our lack of threat going forward. Like you want to
Yeah,
think about like
that's what
what,
I was gonna. If I was a Spurs fan, I'd be like, this fucking guy, you know,
yeah,
this fucking Ange guy. Are we supposed to be attacking? Like, I didn't see much attacking from you guys.
yeah, and that's really the problem is when it doesn't work, we look completely devoid of anything. Like we have no ideas, no creativity, and we don't have a player good enough on our team to where we can just get him the ball and he can just create something. Like we want it to be
This
Kulusevski
fucking
so
guy ain't
bad, but
creating anything.
yeah, Bentancur, nah,
Bentancur.
no
How did
chance,
he get
man.
a 7? By the way,
I don't know. I barely saw him the whole game. I'll be real. I think it's just because of his passing. Yeah, look at that. He didn't really misplace a pass, I guess. So I
where
guess
did his
that's what it
fucking
is.
passes go though? Bentancur's 30. Like what? This is another brother that ghosted Madison. I swear it took
Madison,
him
he's
20
another one.
minutes. 20 minutes into the first half. I think he had like some like weak ass
Yeah,
shot. This is the first thing I noticed of him. I'm just
yeah.
like,
Madison
bro,
was
all of
horrible
your
that
players,
game.
the players that actually showed up today and at least done their best was Spence, Romero, Van de Ven, and Dogi. I'm not saying they were great, and Vicario. I'm not saying they were great, but I noticed them. I swear on my life.
Mhm.
And I wasn't watching the game super intently. I was at fucking work, but you were. Like, do you feel me on that? Like your front six,
Yeah,
like
I
they
agree.
don't.
I would lump Bergval in with the defense as a player who was
Oh yeah,
actually
yeah,
trying
you're
and
right. 'Cause I at
noticeable.
least remembered something he did.
Yeah, I would lump Bergval in there, and Solanke I won't be too harsh on because like the way we play football, Solanke has to drop deep to collect the ball. Like there's times where Solanke is dropping behind the halfway line, but not even just behind the halfway line, behind Bentancur and behind
Yeah,
Bergvall and picking up the ball. There was a time in the first half he picked up the ball behind the halfway line and he's dribbled past 3 players But the problem is when you dribble past your 3 players, you're slightly past the halfway line. So he's really not done anything of note that helps progress the ball. He's just taken it from slightly behind the halfway line to slightly in front of the halfway line. But that's what the midfielders should be doing. But that's the problem.
No.
That's what the midfielders should be doing. And as a team that's supposed to be hyper attacking, that's supposed to be counter attacking, a team that's supposed to try and attack the wings and cut inside and cut the ball back for a tap in.
This fucking gimmick of like Ange ball, basically.
That's literally what it's supposed to be. But if our main target man is dropping behind the halfway line, or at least towards the halfway line to pick up the ball, by the time the ball gets to the wings, we don't have a player in the box ready to receive it. Solanke has to be running into the box, in which case it's a lot easier to track his run and to make it harder for the opposition.
He's tired as well. He's fucking tired, man. He's gonna run around near the halfway line.
Yeah, plus Solanke is the one who always initiates the press as well whenever he plays. So he's initiating the press, plus he's dropping back to help with the link-up play, plus he has to be the one to score the goal if Brendan Johnson's not on the pitch. It's a lot to ask for a striker, man. It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, Warrior J has a question for you. If he's tired of Madison taking the free kicks, every time I see Madison on a free kick, he doesn't score. And this is something he was good at Leicester with.
The last time Madison scored a free kick, he scored this season against Aston Villa.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I mean, there's not many other free kick. There's no other free kick takers on the team, really.
So, yeah, Bentancur is doing fuck all with the free kick. Bergvall?
Bergvall's not a free kick. I mean, the only other ones is maybe Porro and Son. That's it. And both of them are not great.
Were you surprised Porro didn't start?
No, to be fair, I expected him not to start because I'm expecting Spence to not start against Southampton. So Porro and Udogie will play as the fullbacks that game.
Yeah.
But if I had a choice, I would have personally played Spence at left back and played Porro at right back, just because Udogie, he frustrates me the way he plays sometimes. It's just he has no confidence in himself driving with the ball. It actually annoys me so much. Because he has an opportunity, like he'll be on the wing. He could just overlap Son and just poof, go straight down. But he just won't do it. He'll invert or he'll pass the ball inside and slow up the counter attack. And
he's a fucking shadow of who he was last year.
Literally. It's almost like it feels like in a way he's been overcoached, because it's like there's no way Udogie hasn't been told to invert all the time or pass inside. It's
not a natural thing to do, right? Bro, Udinese, this guy was just freaking back and forth. Like his attributes were on fucking full display. And beginning of last year as well. It was like you saw his stamina, crazy athleticism. You could drive with the bro. Now he's just this is not that anymore. I don't know if it's a skill set thing or like he fooled us or some shit, but like he's not developing. That's the biggest problem.
He has a lot of these players have either stopped developing or they've regressed in this season. That's pretty much the consensus for this season. Apart from probably Spence, that's pretty much it. Probably Spence and then maybe Bergvall. Bergvall, Spence, and Archie. That's it. No one else has really progressed under this manager. That's it.
Yeah, that's fair. What did you make of Chelsea?
They had some chances, but I think Chelsea were pretty mad themselves.
They were all right.
Yeah, they showed a lot more intent. Start of the second half where they got their 2 goals and then Caicedo's, which was a banging finish, but it got disallowed. But I don't know. They were kind of iffy. They weren't great, but you don't need to be great to beat Tottenham. So they did enough.
No, I hear. I was just gonna say, sorry, I keep cutting you off. I'm fucking horrible.
No, it's cool.
Ignore me.
It's so good.
I felt like at the time, the 2-0, they were playing like really, really well. I feel like if that goal was allowed, I could have seen y'all hold like a 4 or a 5. I'll be real. It was like going that kind of way. Felt like you definitely got a bit of luck per se. Because, like, bro, they started out both halves really well, I would say. And then they just
Yeah.
kind of slowed down as the game went on. Warrior J was like, yeah, it's okay. Big up Warrior, obviously Chelsea fan. Wingers, yeah, they were good in some moments here and there. I felt like Spence, I don't know, what'd you make of Spence versus Sancho, like overall?
I mean, Spence wasn't that great today, to be fair. I don't think either was Sancho. I think both of them just weren't that great. It wasn't a thing of Sancho got the better of Spence, or even the other way around. I think both of them just didn't have a very good game. So it was a lot of scrappiness down that side. You saw
It was
sometimes
Caicedo for me,
Spence.
the shining light of the game. Caicedo was,
Yeah, Caicedo was very, very good. Yeah,
but
I
that's what
thought
he does every
he was
week.
going to get injured because he had pulled up with his hamstring like in the first like
Yeah,
4 minutes of the game. So I thought he was going to go off, but he stayed on and then he just bossed the game anyway. So yeah, shout out to Caicedo, man. He's a very good player.
superb. Fernandez took the goal well. I noticed it more than ever. Like this brother, this Enzo guy, and he didn't have it at Benfica, but like when they counter Chelsea and he carries the ball, you could see like his lack of pace. It's so because
Yeah,
like I forget, I think it actually was fucking Bentancur the ghost. That brother actually caught him, and like Bentancur's not quick at
he's
all.
slow as shit. Yeah,
He's slow as shit. But, like he caught up to him easily. So, but no, I felt like they just kind of won the midfield. That was
yeah.
kind
It's not difficult. And the midfield is definitely the worst part about our team, 100%.
I don't know why they got. I thought Gusto was okay, man of the match though,
Did he get man of the match?
for
Maybe.
SofaScore at least.
Oh, okay. First.
I just like looking at the fucking like some of the stats. I don't even like base my opinion off it. That's just more of curiosity. 6 clearance. You did have a lot of clearances, to be fair.
It's not hard when you have Son on that side, though.
That's true. What did you make of the fucking Ange fiasco? So
I
what?
found that very funny.
So what? Oh, okay, okay. Talk about it then. Talk about because
I
some
found it
some
funny.
Spurs fans don't find it funny.
No, because you know what it is about Ange and the players. Like I thought it was just a player thing, but now apparently it's a manager thing too, where the players and the manager now they feel like they have to like overprove themselves to the Tottenham fan base rather than just performing on the
Like try
pitch.
hard to the max, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like Brennan
Yeah.
Johnson. Basically, he was performing like trash, so the Tottenham fans called him out.
They
He
cuss
then
him.
he deactivated his Instagram, scored some goals, and then started shushing the fans. He then reactivated his Instagram and has been performing like trash again. Son, pretty much ever since. Son has been criticized the whole season. He then scores 2 goals against Hoffenheim and proceeds to shush the Tottenham fans. He then goes back to performing like crap and ends up crying against Liverpool. And now Ange Postecoglou has decided that he wants to take off our best midfielder and leave on Bentancur and Maddison, who were both playing like trash. He took off Bergvall, who was actually showing some promise and trying to do something. He then brings on Sarr, who scores a goal, which fair enough, he should have brought on Sarr anyway and took off Bentancur, in my opinion. I don't think Bergvall should have come off, but you bring on Sarr.
Spot
The
on.
Tottenham fans apparently saying, "And you don't know what you're doing." They're singing that to him. Sarr scores a goal, and then cups his ears to the fans like, "Yo, what are you telling me now?" Just for VAR to come and say, "Psych, you thought," and just take that away. And yeah, pretty much the Tottenham fans were loving that shit. I don't know what he said during the post-match interview, but I have to be there to watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh my
This is one of the only interviews I'm gonna watch because I need to know if they asked him about that, and I need to see his response. If they did not ask him about that, then they deserve to be fired as journalists. I need to know what he was thinking. But that's pretty much the trend of Tottenham, and Daniel Levy with a statement condemning the fans as well. Like it's just a trend, man.
It's incredible how things get interpreted.
This is what he. So somebody asked this brother, about the whole cup in the ears thing.
Incredible how things get interpreted. We just scored. I just wanted to hear him cheer because I mean, we've been through a tough time, and I thought it was a
This
tough
guy
time.
chatting the most shit
I wanted
I've
them to get
ever
really
heard in
excited.
my
I felt
life.
that
Nah, man said I wanted to hear them
I just
cheer.
wanted
He's chatting the most shit I've ever
It's
heard
incredible
in my life.
how things are interpreted. Nah, wait, let me listen
to
to
hear
this.
him cheer.
Man
'cause, I
said,
mean, we've been through a
man,
tough
he's chatting the most. Doesn't he usually do his fucking Black Lives Matter like arm raise or some shit like that when we score, fam? Now he's cupping his ears. He just wants to hear them cheer. We're not doing this shit, man. We're not doing this, bro. He heard people talking shit. Saw scored, and then he cupped his ears like, "Yo, what are you telling me now?" Just for VAR to just snatch that shit. And yeah, man, I'm not trying to hear that, bro. I'm not trying to hear that, man.
Big up to Omar, my guy, my Barcelona
Big up
fan.
Omar, man.
Big up Omar for the raid. Much appreciated.
Big up.
Nah, man, this is crazy. I need to hear this again. Out of the horse's
incredible
mouth.
how things get interpreted.
Kangaroo.
We just scored. I just wanted to hear him cheer because I mean,
I need
No,
to shut the fuck
he's
up,
trying to
man.
sell it. Look how serious he looks.
we've been through a tough time, and I thought it was a
Been
cracking goal, and I wanted them to get really excited because I felt at that point we could.
I wanted them to get really excited.
Shut up, bro. Shut up, man. Just shut up. Yeah, just please, just shut up. Shut up.
Potentially go on and win the game. I just felt momentum was on our way. It doesn't bother me that it's not the first time they've booed my substitutions or my decisions. That's fine. They're allowed to do that, but we just scored a goal. Just scored equaliser. I was just hoping that we could get some excitement. People want to read into that somehow I'm trying to make a point about something. I said I felt, we've been through a tough time, but I just felt there was a bit of a momentum shift there. And if they get
Wait, hold on. This guy
I'm
just
not
really.
hearing this, bro.
This guy.
What does he
No.
think?
Did you notice what he did? He said the same thing 10 seconds ago and then said it again. He said tough time, excited, and what was the other fucking thing? Tough
Bullshit.
time, excited.
That's the other thing.
What?
Just bullshit. That's what it
He's
is.
just talking, bro.
It's
This
just
guy's
it's just bullshit.
win the game, I just felt momentum was on our
momentum. That's the other. He said excitement, momentum, and fucking what's it called? Excitement, momentum. I want the fans to celebrate. Bro, he said it.
But doesn't he think that does he think that if we score a goal we're not gonna celebrate? Like I don't know what he expects. Does he expect us to get to be 1-1 at Stamford Bridge and not celebrate when we score?
Yeah,
Big up
what?
over for the Raiders every time in it, but like, I don't know what he's acting like we've scored equalizing goals and not celebrated. Like this don't make no sense to me, man. That's like he's just chatting, bro. Like he was feeling himself,
He's waffling.
and he was feeling himself, and then as he saw it, he was like, "Yeah, I'm the guy. Let me just cut my ears." More time, they chopped his ears off because they took that goal away.
They actually did say you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
By the way, there was another.
Hey, you know that meme, fam? Hey, he's frozen. My guy hasn't moved in 40 minutes.
Yeah,
That's what he looks like, bro. He ain't moved the whole game. He just died.
Or it's a fucking meme about the fucking polar bear. What's a polar bear doing?
What's a polar bear doing the Arctic to Texas? Hey,
yeah.
Hey, bro, he's just standing there, bro. He's
No, we need a replay on that. We need a VAR.
He's not even acknowledging it. He's not even acknowledging it. He's just standing there staring.
Real quick on the red card. You didn't think it was a red, right? Or was he lucky?
I mean, it could have been a red. I think the reason why it wasn't ever considered a red is because there was a goal that came out of it. So they probably just rescinded it and gave him a yellow. I don't think it was Sar's intention. Like there was no intention to stud him in the in the calf. So
it was
I would say it was a yellow card. Yeah, I think a rescinded goal and a yellow card is the right decision.
FC Mets are in fucking League 2, so you can hold that. Stop making sense. This suck. Anyways, big up X style. Nah, this is. I gotta watch this again.
Bro, it's not moving.
By the way,
Actually,
he
it's
said
fucking
in
standing.
another interview, that he couldn't hear. He couldn't hear them. He couldn't hear them.
Okay, bro.
Apparently,
Bro, you just lying.
here's a clip of Ange cupping his ears. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did, bro.
Oh gosh.
This guy's tapped.
He kept his
Oh, so
distance,
what?
you
So
know.
this guy is bitch made, by the way. Oh, fucking hell. He remained closer to the halfway line after the final, but he told his boys to go over the away fans. You know, he can't do it though.
Oh god, I'm telling you, the frustration is just like the manager's clearly frustrated. I mean, I understand why, but I mean, you
It's a
you
mess
caused
of
it
his
your
own
damn
making.
self. You know what I'm saying? You caused it your damn self. So I
Oh,
don't
here
know.
it is. Oh wait, hold on.
I think that decision's wrong. Look, Pat, you can try and force me into a corner. I'm not trying to force you into anything.
You try and force me into a corner.
You are. Did you think last night was a red card? Was it clear and obvious? Yes. Okay. How many minutes did it take this referee to figure out whether it's clear and obvious? In your just base.
This guy's such a. I'm sorry, but this guy's just such a cunt. Like, oh my god, yo, he's honest as fuck. Yo,
Hey.
this is some fucking like woman argument behavior, bro. This is outrageous.
Oh my god.
Seriously, this guy is fucking not very likable. I can't lie.
Knowledge of human.
He's such a
vocabulary. Clear and obvious. What does that suggest to you? That on the first replay, is that clear and obvious? If you have to watch something quite a few times, is that clear and obvious?
No, it's maybe not clear and obvious. I do think it's a foul, if I'm honest.
Okay.
Well, I do think it's a foul.
Jesus Christ, bro.
All right. Well, there you go. So there you go. So the referee didn't see it. He then needs to see it for 6 minutes, but you get the right outcome, so you're happy, and that's why the game's going the way it is. And I guess people.
Oh, get the fucking violins in the chat for Ange, people. The game is going where it is.
The reason why that decision matters so much is because we didn't create anything for the whole game up until that point. Like, we actually didn't create anything.
By the way, Zir is an Arab, so he would know. Man has Arab.
Bro, it might actually be the Greek in him, fam. I can't lie, man. It might just be the Greek in him. At this point,
yeah,
man.
bro. I used to work at a pizza shop. Just everyone's Greek there. If you fucked up something on a Friday night, you was getting chewed and spit out, bro. It just cuss you for fun. Like, they get emotional,
you
bro.
Continue to be happy sitting on your couches waiting for
Case
6
in
minutes
point.
for clear and obvious stuff. That's fine. I don't agree with it, but that's fine.
Fine. What happened with you?
Why is he like smiling, by the way?
It's like because he's reached his breaking point, man. And to be fair, I feel like the players, I feel like everyone to do with that club, even the fans, have just reached their breaking point. I haven't seen that interview yet. I haven't seen none of the interviews, but everyone associated with Tottenham has just reached their breaking point, man. I'll be so real. And everyone's about to start going insane.
But like, Levy ain't get rid of this guy yet. Like, he hasn't been. I thought maybe they'd fire him after this because you've got. This is actually the perfect time to. You get Southampton. You could win that game like 12-0. The new manager is like, oh shit, I'm that guy. I just beat Southampton 12-0. Then you take that good momentum of beating the shit out of like a fucking high school team. You take that into the Frankfurt game where you're actually playing like a real team.
The problem is that if we fire someone, we get Mason though. That's the problem. We literally have Ryan Mason. So it's like, I mean, I understand like some people may even want Mason more than Ange at this point, which I mean is fair enough at this point. I don't really mind, but it's just one of the ones where the perfect time to sack him was last year. Like, you should have sacked him November. December, you could have got away with it, but November really was the best time to sack him because you still had
What was the game that you were like, okay, yeah, fuck this, I'm done?
Tamworth.
Oh, okay, and that was a win.
So no, it was a win, but it took 100 minutes to score with a first team, except for Mikey Moore and Timo Werner. It was a starting 11, like normal starting 11, and it took 100 minutes to score a goal. So yeah, if Ange Ball tactics can't beat Tamworth, how am I expecting him to win a trophy? Like, that's when I was like,
Eintracht Frankfurt are like everything that like Spurs don't like to play against, because they have mad pace, they like to counterattack, and they got goals all over the team. And they got
goals in the air, which is the worst thing about it. They've got height in their team.
Ekitike, Bahoya, yeah.
They've got height. The problem is our worst thing is defending in the air. It's one of the worst things that Tottenham
Remember
do.
when people in the beginning of the season were like, "Oh my God, Spurs haven't conceded in a corner"? It was something like that. Like, "Oh my God,
it was some bullshit." And I was telling them, no, we're still terrible. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people are using goals conceded to talk about how our set piece defending has improved. And like, that's just not the way you measure how set piece. Of course, like, if your goals go down, it looks like they're better. But if there's no coordination on set piece defending, if there's no structure, if there's no setup, you're just kind of winging it. There's just going to be times where you don't concede and times where you do concede.
When Bayern München played Spurs, it was that. Yes, I remember a set piece goals. Spurs fans called out from that. Yes. Yeah, we suck, man. We got Upa Mechanic and all that. But
I'll never forgive him for that Man City Champions League series, man. He was horrific. Oh my God, he was so bad.
Yeah, that was bad.
Mechanic. Oompa Maniac, fam. That guy. Gee.
Someone asked about the Madison thing. What did James Madison say? What were we saying?
I'm pretty sure I heard someone say, he was like, they got every right to be angry, which he's not wrong. But again, this is why I don't put too much emphasis into interviews, because it's just media trained people waffling.
Oh no, he actually said some kind of why we've lost so many games by 1 goal margin. It's about
also he said this bullshit as well. Like, I like you, Madison, but not for your interviews, bro, because that's some bullshit. It's not about how many goals you lose by. It's about how you play.
It's about losing and winning. Yeah.
Literally about how you play.
Like,
we played so bad.
You guys have like a fucking plus 11 goal difference, but you're like 15th or some shit, or 14th.
Yes, yeah, literally. It's because we slap teams occasionally, and it just pads the goal difference, teams, man.
Yeah. But then against like Bournemouth, and you've caught life, I think, in some of the game. Like, I remember Bournemouth, they won 1-0 at their place this season,
which it should have been 3.
It could have been 3 or 4, right? 4 or 5.
It should have been 3 or 4.
But their finishing was just
even from the bottom up. Like, Leicester, we lost 2-1. Ipswich, we lost 2-1. Wolves was 2-2 draw. I don't remember West Ham. I think, no, we won 4-1. Everton, we lost 3-2. Man United, we won twice. Crystal Palace, we lost 1-0. Brentford, we beat twice. Bournemouth, we lost 1-0. Fulham was a 1-1 draw. Brighton, we lost 3-2. Villa, we lost 2-1 in the cup. I don't know if we have to play them in the Premier League again. Newcastle, we lost 2-1 twice. Chelsea, we just lost 1-0. Forest, we lost 1-0, I'm pretty sure. So it's a lot of 1-0s and all this shit. But if you just look at the performances,
they're awful.
The performances have been horrible. Like, we lost 2-1 to Leicester. You're going to tell me that performance warranted losing by 1 goal? No, it didn't. Like, you lost by 1 goal to Ipswich. It doesn't matter by losing by 1 goal, 2 goal, 3 goals. Losing to Ipswich is diabolical as it is. Losing to Leicester, diabolical. Should not be doing that. As much as Crystal Palace have improved, Losing to Crystal Palace, diabolical, should not be happening. If you're Tottenham, you shouldn't be losing to Everton either. Should not be happening. You shouldn't be losing to Bournemouth at all. If you're Tottenham, you shouldn't be losing to Bournemouth. That's diabolical as well.
Bro.
Like losing to Brighton when you're 2-0 up, diabolical, should not be
That's
happening.
horrific. Yeah.
Should not be happening. You know, it's so
Yeah,
many
that's right.
diabolical
Could have scored
performances.
like 15 fucking goals. And they only scored 3. That's diabolical.
Literally, it's the performances that come along with the losses that's really the issue.
Tamworth's the one
Tamworth.
that really bothers you, right?
That's the one that really got me. Like, it's a non-league side, and take out Werner and Mikey Moore, you have a starting 11 of players. Literally, our starting 11 was on the pitch except for Mikey Moore and Timo Werner, and it took 100+ minutes to score 1 goal. It went to extra time as 0-0, and they had the better chances. So I'm telling you, like, after the Tamworth game, Tottenham fans were saying start Kinski over Vicario. That's the type of game we had to sit there and watch. It was horrible, but you can't tell me that this is the man to take Tottenham to the promised land, and his tactics can't even beat a non-league side in 90 minutes of play. There's no way. You can't tell me shit at that point. I don't care what players you have. He played a starting 11 pretty much. He played 1 academy player and a starting 11.
But that academy player would start for Tamworth.
Yeah, no, that's the one that was like, no, this guy is a fucking idiot, man. There's no way. I couldn't back it.
The thing with Tamworth is, big up Scott M as well. The thing with Tamworth is there have been so many embarrassing games under Ange that didn't even stand out.
Nah, I can't lie. I disagree. Non-league side, nah, bro. AZ is or AZ, however you say it. AZ is a close second, but that happened after Tamworth. Until Tamworth,
you thought the
non-league side,
bro. You thought the AZ defeat was the second worst.
Yeah.
I thought it was Gala. I thought the Galatasaray won because they literally could have scored.
The reason I say not Gala is because the lineup that we put out, it wasn't even scoring too. Like, we started Archie Gray at left back, which was historically dumb. Bergvall in the middle, which at that point he was whack. So I mean, he's okay now, but he was whack then. He had Lancashire up top. He had Fraser Forster in net. Like, it was just like the fucking lineup was horrible, and I was like, there was a bunch of youngsters in that team, and I was like, yo, you can't play youngsters against Galatasaray in Turkey. It doesn't. You can't do that, bro. It's just Turkey don't play about football. The atmosphere is crazy. They're gonna get violated. Like, literally, like, look at his lineup, bro. Bergvall, Madison was horrible as well. Lancashire, fucking Fraser Forster, Archie Gray at left back, Dragoshin.
Dragoshin on the high line is
This was crazy, and it was just nah. It was crazy. It was a crazy lineup. They went with their strongest team.
Pretty much.
They literally went with their strongest team for the most part.
They played fucking 5 attackers.
Oh, I'm saying, like, this was crazy. This was crazy. And the only reason I say Liverpool, like the Liverpool teams, not that they don't count, but they're not as embarrassing, as because Liverpool is just a better team than us. They're just a much better team. Tamworth is a non-league team. Like, they're not in a league. It's non-league, semi-pro, like semi. You know what I'm saying?
Tamworth. Elijah's saying the Tamworth.
That's what it is. It's Tamworth. Literally, semi. But Liverpool is a better team, but Ipswich not as embarrassing as Tamworth. Rangers draw not as embarrassing. 6-3 Liverpool with a fan singing, that was embarrassing, but
yeah, that's
again the Liverpool ones. They were just
fan singing. That's nuts because
that was crazy.
The heel turn to today, where your away fans are like cussing him. The heel turn is crazy.
But even like those 2 games, like the 6-3 was at home as well. That was at home, so That's why they were singing. Like, but it's best believe if it was 5-1 away from home, they would not be singing. But it's just Liverpool's just a better team. Like, Tamworth is a non-league team. Like, we scored 3 against Liverpool that game. Non-league is crazy. That will always stand out.
That is disgusting.
That will always stand out.
By the way, Galatasaray had 28 shots in that game.
Yeah, 28. We had like 5 in it. Yeah, 5. I see on the screen now. We had 5. We had 5.
I don't know why, but that game, like the Tamworth one, you're right. But besides that, the game that stands out the most is the Galatasaray one.
Is this one? Yeah.
I just thought they like, you're right. The lineup was shit. You didn't have like first choice goalkeeper. I just thought they like fucking smoked you. Like that was one of the most that was just a crazy game.
Oh yeah. I turned the game off at 3. You know what's crazy? I made my match reaction at 3-0. Like as soon as the third goal went in, I made the match reaction. I'll be so honest, like I had already started doing the match reaction.
Or 3-1. Like, 3-1.
At 3-1. Oh no, sorry, at 2-0. That's what it is. At 2-0. Or whichever was 1-0,
1-1, 2-1.
Oh yeah, Lancashire. When they were 2 goals up. So yeah, 3-1 in 39 minutes. Yeah. When it was 3-1, I made the match reaction straight away because I knew we weren't gonna win. We weren't gonna come back. The second goal, the fact we even scored another one was crazy. But just look, the way the goals were going in and the offside flag kept going up, it was a tough one to watch. I'll be so real. It was so tough. Yeah. Same thing with Ipswich. When Ipswich went 2-0 up, the match reaction was already on the way. It was on the way. I knew we weren't coming back. No, yeah, it was not fun.
And 38th loss.
He's lost the whole season. He's lost the whole season. Oh my god! I actually don't know. I don't know.
Not of the season.
But in total, as a Tottenham manager, I know. But
in 2 years,
probably
2 seasons in all comps,
probably
38 games is fucking ridiculous.
Probably, I'm not gonna lie. Hold on,
like,
what did he?
Eddie Howe, my man. We'll get on to Newcastle soon, obviously. My man Eddie Howe has managed. Actually, let me just look it up on here. It's easier.
Because we lost 20 this season. So how many did we lose last season? I forget. If we include the cups. So what? So we lost 12 games in the league last season. So that's 32. What, minus the cups? So was it like 36 maybe? Maybe not 38, but pretty damn close.
Let's look up Big Ange.
I mean, if you include in maybe preseason losses, maybe. I don't know. Maybe including preseason losses, maybe, but
I'm looking it up right here. SofaScore will tell. 34 losses.
34. Okay.
That's still
all right. I was gonna say that's still crazy, but
in 88 games as well. 1.57 per match.
And you know what's crazy, Steve? Like literally at the start of the season, one of the biggest go-tos for Anginas were the win percentage. You can see they don't bring that shit up no more. They don't bring that shit up no more, bro.
Fucking awful.
Oh, they started it off with, Ange's like a 40-something win percent. They're like, yeah, but the other 40% is losses. So like it really just doesn't matter. But now they don't bring that shit up no more, bro. You don't have to worry about that.
For context,
it's like 30% now.
That's awful, man. My God. For context, Eddie Howe has been in charge of Newcastle, 164 games. Ange is at 88. So that's roughly half, right? So
actually, half the games.
Eddie Howe has managed a whole 80 games more than Ange with Newcastle.
And Levy has decided that this is the guy, just as X-Tar said, man. And Levy has decided that this is the guy over Conte to stick with. You gotta love this owner, man.
Yeah, he's a scrub, bro.
You gotta love this owner. Man.
So with those 164 games that Eddie has, 88 Postecoglou, Eddie Howe has won more than double the games. He has 20. Eddie Howe does have 20 more draws, to be fair. But Eddie Howe has 46 losses as Newcastle manager. Ange has 34. in 80 less games.
You see why? You see why I just don't care. You see why I just don't
Bro,
care.
the
It's
points
just
per game
depression.
difference is a whole 0.20. And just spent a fuckload of money as well compared to Eddie Howe. That's nuts. Shout out my gaffer. But yeah, I'm sorry, Elijah. You gotta go through this.
This
But
is what happens, though, isn't it? Like, we just get violated by our owners, violated by this manager, violated by the players, and then if that's not bad enough, we have to get violated by every other team in the Premier League. And now every other team in the Premier League gets to violate us as well.
So I'm assuming where you go from here is just more violations. You got
Pretty much, yeah.
You got Southampton next. Maybe you can violate them. You could basically, instead of getting diddied, you can do the diddying. Maybe.
The problem is that our defending in the air is terrible, and guess what Southampton have? They have a 6'7" striker.
Onuachu.
They have a 6'7" striker, and our set piece defending is horrible.
He's
and
scored
terrible
4 in his past. He scored 4 in his past 6, I think, as well.
Yeah, he scored against Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And the problem is especially at home, we're awful. I mean, we're awful away from home.
Look at the odds. Those are freaking those odds. It should be like at like minus 700. Like when Southampton played fucking Liverpool, it was like minus 1,000.
That's what, bro. I'm telling you, Southampton, and it's like we'll beat Southampton. Don't get me wrong, but it's like
probably will.
They have a trump card. The question is, can they use the trump card? That's really the question.
Yes,
because they can spam crosses into the box, and we can't do shit about it as long as they have my man on the pitch, innit? That's really the issue.
By the way, if you look at Mateusz Fernandes and Brennan Johnson, look at these metrics.
Well, I'm more surprised. I'm more surprised that Brennan Johnson actually has someone that you can compare him to as a footballer.
But this brother is actually cold. I actually like this kid, Mateusz Fernandes. He's actually decent.
Yes.
But yeah, so you got Southampton, and then leg one of this. What are you saying?
Fucking Frankfurt, man. Oh gosh, Frankfurt. This is gonna be depression, even more depression. The thing is, right, apart from pure delusion, because there's no actual like.
Oh, you're on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm operating on pure delusion because there's no way I can see us actually winning this game. I can't logically break down a way for us to beat this team. So unless it's pure delusion,
right? Are you that kind of guy though? You that kind of dude? Not really.
In terms of what?
Delusion about the game.
I mean, when the game kicks off, yeah, but until the game kicks off, nah. When I'm not banking on delusion.
This kid,
because the only way we really get past Frankfurt is if we win by at least 2 goals in the home leg. That's the only way. Because we're not going to beat Frankfurt. We're not even going to draw to Frankfurt. We're going to lose to Frankfurt away. So the only way
I would expect them to win their home game. Yeah,
they're going to beat us at home. So.
They didn't play great in this Union Berlin game.
Oh, that doesn't matter. They're not playing Berlin.
But Union Berlin are one of the most defensive fucking teams I've seen. Like they played the game really smart. They let Frankfurt have the ball. You won't do that though.
That's what I'm saying. They're not playing Berlin, so that's why I don't even look at these fixtures, because when you play against Tottenham, you don't play the same way as you play against these men. Yeah. Right? To play Tottenham is very simple. You just wait for the counter attack and you score a goal. That's it. That's literally what
Yeah.
every team that's
That's
beaten
what
us
Frankfurt
have
like
done.
to do.
Yeah, apart from Liverpool, every other team is beating us that way. That's literally what you gotta do. You just wait for the counter attack and you go. So yeah, honestly, we have to win. We have to. The only way we beat Frankfurt is if we win 2-0 at home, and then hopefully lose by 1 goal. That's it.
Yeah, that's probably your best. Yeah.
Very much. Yeah, that's it.
That's fair. That's fair.
But-
Who are you suggesting as a manager, Coach Elijah? Because obviously, you know
I don't know. I'll be real. I have no fucking idea. I don't watch any other team like that because I don't want to. So, who am I suggesting as a coach? Nobody. I'm not suggesting anyone. I'm just suggesting that Ange isn't good enough.
if you look at Elijah, he's got the suit. He's ready to go.
I mean, I can manage. To be fair, I don't mind. And say, let me sit up. Let me get the posture right. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe I'm too laid back. I'm saying maybe I'm too laid back. Let me just tell you, I don't know. I don't know.
Glasner. Okay, not Southgate. Come on, man. That's not nice. Yo, that's not nice.
Fucking Southgate, man. That's one guy I don't want, to be fair. One Southgate.
There you go. There you go. So you got an answer. Anyone but Southgate.
Anyone but Southgate. Or Areola, to be fair. Oh, wait, no, never mind. My man put that anyway. Coach Tamworth. To be fair, if I coached Tamworth, they probably would have beaten Tottenham, to be fair.
Yeah.
If I was there, but I didn't make the trip, unfortunately.
How far is Tamworth? Like, where is it? I've never heard of it in my life.
I'll be real. I knew where it was when we played them, and then I forgot as soon as the game ended, so I actually can't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I think it's near Birmingham or something like that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I remember asking someone about that, and they said that, yes. Yeah, you're right. Cool. Anything else you want to talk about with Spurs? I'm assuming not.
Nah, I don't like talking about my club. Huh? The sooner we move on, the better, to be honest. Unless the chat has questions, in which I'll be happy to answer any questions the chat has. But yeah, the sooner we move on, then hey.
Maybe Elijah can coach Tamworth on the days their current manager.
Yeah, literally, we'll alternate. You go, so we'll do the alternate thing. You know, I'll be the co-manager while Broski's clocking into his real estate job. While he's in his real estate job, I'll be doing the coach's tactics with the players and that. Don't worry, man. I got you. I got you, Scott. I got you, man.
Oh God, this is horrific. 17 games. The past 17 games, Tottenham points for get 0.8. That's fucking awful, man. Hammers is by Birmingham. I think you talked about Solanke a little bit earlier, but like, do you just feel bad for him at this point?
Yeah, Solanke's a good player. He's not 65 million good, but he can't help his price tag. Yeah, I feel kind of bad because I think like he's been asked to do too much in this system. He can drop back and do the playmaking thing, but it's not his strong suit. He's not that great at it. And I think the tactics are just backwards. They don't allow him to really do much. I still think in terms of if you compare him to any striker in the top 6, he doesn't fit. They wouldn't take him over any of their strikers. You could say he's better than Havertz, which he is better than Havertz, but Arsenal fans wouldn't take him over Havertz, like if we're being honest. So he doesn't get into those caliber of conversations because he's not that good of a player, which would then bend the question for me as to why did we sign someone like this who's not good enough to hit the top 6, even though he's a good player, but he really had, if we're being honest, he had one season where he scored 19 goals. Before that, it's all under 10. So, I mean, yeah, he had one good season. I think he is a decent player, but decent's just not the standard I want to hold to my club. I don't want us to go sign decent players for 60 million.
Nah,
so.
That's Højlund. Højlund is worse than Solanke. I'm sorry.
Worst strike in the league is crazy, but hey.
You would agree with me, Elijah, right? Solanke is better than Højlund.
So, of course he's better. That's not even a discussion I would ever have. It's not a discussion I'd ever have.
Solanke is probably, I would say, the 10th best striker in the league.
I'd actually have to look at the teams and think about this. He's better than whoever Southampton has up front. He's better than Vardy. The lap, I guess you can have conversations with, I guess. Is he better than Strand Larson? I would think so.
Yes.
Who plays striker for West Ham again? Because it's not Antonio because he's injured. Who's striker for West Ham? I forget.
Probably means they aren't very good.
Evan Ferguson, yeah, he's whack. Ferguson's whack, so Solanke's definitely better.
Yeah, I
than
don't really rate Ferguson.
Yeah, Solanke's definitely better than him. Everton, he's better than Beto or Calvert-Lewin, whichever one you want to pick. He's better than them. United, yeah, he's better than Hoyland. He's not better than Mateta. Not better than Buemo. Not better than Evan Nelson. He's better than Raul Jimenez.
Ooh.
Who's the Brighton striker? He's not better than João Pedro. And then everyone above him, yeah, he's not better than any of the other teams above him. So yeah, 10th is probably a decent.
Yeah, you named 7 strikers that you
7.
think.
So what? 13th best striker, I guess.
Yeah.
13 in terms of starting strikers, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's based on just form, I guess. It's based on just form.
Calvert-Lewin and Beto are not better than Solanke. What are we doing?
And he's better than Havertz as well. He's better than Havertz as well. So that's
yeah. Okay. So 12. Yeah.
Because it's literally just based on stats like for this season. Because before this season, you would say he's better than Chris Wood. It's just because Chris Wood had a good season this season, you'd say he's better. So it's pretty much just based on this season stats. That's pretty much it. Like if Rashford's a striker,
oh my god.
If you count Rashford as a striker, he's better than Rashford as well. Like it's
not better than Watkins. I'd say Watkins is probably better than Solanke.
I hear it, but if you're doing it based on form, then he is. Because like last year, Watkins was better. But if we're talking about if we're basing it on form, then Chris Wood is better than Solanke right now. But if it's not based on form, then I'd take Solanke over him. So
yeah,
it's just something like Solanke is better than Jesus in my opinion as well. Let me see who else is strikers.
Isak, my guy.
No chance in fucking hell.
Killer.
No chance in hell. No chance in hell. That's all the strikers I can really think of, to be honest. But Solanke is better than. It's just literally like the top clubs. That's what I'm saying. Like the top 6 teams in the Premier League or top 7 teams, like you don't fit into those discussions. Which is again, why would we pay 60 million plus for a striker who doesn't get into the top 6, top 7 clubs striker position? Like it seems like a waste of money to me. But he's still a decent player who can still get you like 15 to 20 goals in a season if you put him in the right situation.
Yeah.
But
They're at least like 12. Yeah.
Yeah. No, 12 is. I think you can definitely get at least 15. You can get at least 15.
That's fair. All right, this striker combo is crazy. Anyway, speaking about my fucking 9, he scored 2-1 Newcastle over Brentford. You watched the highlights for this.
Yeah.
What did you think? Now, what did you think of the disallowed goal? Obviously, it was the correct decision because it was offside. But do you? Yeah. I'm trying to figure. Isak with 1-on-1s. Do you think it's undercut? Do you think he's not like? Because I don't know about you, but like Isak with 1-on-1s, he scores some of them, but like for some reason he's he's instincts. Like I think he's at his best when he just takes it first time. Very instinctual finisher. Like, why do you think he struggles with the 1v1s? Do you think it's like overconfidence, or is he not confident?
I wouldn't say he's not confident. He's got reason to be pretty much the most confident striker in the league right now because he's definitely the best striker in the league, in my opinion. I think it's just more what we call in England him being overzealous, basically doing too much.
Yeah, he was because he took too many touch. He had fucking beat.
Yeah, like all he had to do was just take the first touch, and then get the shot off, really. But then he wanted to go around the keeper, and it didn't work. And then he tried. Yeah, he's
Bar-
definitely got all the confidence. Sorry, go ahead. My fault.
No, I was just saying Barnes. I don't know if you saw in the replay. Barnes was pissed at him.
I saw
'Cause
it.
he was-
Yeah.
Yeah. Barnes was fuming because he was like, "Bro, if you're gonna pass it to me, you should have just done that earlier." Like-
Yeah.
like when I was on side. But I noticed that with Isak. I obviously he's fucking tremendous, but that was interesting. But what did you make from the highlights? From what you saw?
To be fair, they didn't really show much from Brentford's side of view. And when I went to go check the actual stats of the game, it said they only had like one shot on target, which was the penalty for the most part, or at least until the penalty. That was their first shot on target. So they probably
They had 2 shots on target. Yeah.
There you go. So apart from the I guess I think they made a save at the end, or Pinnock hit the bar. So
Yeah,
probably another
no,
shot.
The post.
Yeah, Pinnock
The
hit
post
the
and then it
post.
went to Pope. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's an off-target shot, but until the penalty, it was their first shot on target. So they didn't really show much for Brentford at all until the penalty that Nick Pope gave away. So it definitely seemed like you guys had a lot more of the advantage, or he had like the bigger chance, especially in the first half. Isak obviously had a chance that he missed, and then the offside happened, and then you finally got a goal, which, to be fair, it's a pretty scrappy goal, but at the same time, you create your own luck as a striker. So I can't be mad at Isak for getting a scrappy goal. It was a very good cross.
Well, that guy is having a fucking decent season. It's like 6 goals, 11 assists in all comps.
That's a very good season, to be fair.
Bro, him and Isak have been linking up with hella fucking goals. He was honestly, but the thing was, he was honestly like trash opening 20-25 minutes. Like, could not just pass a fucking football. But showed up at the end there. But no, we started out in the first 10 minutes really good. Like, we done our Newcastle thing under Eddie Howe, where the first 10 minutes we'll just fucking swarm them, like just like all out attack sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then we chilled out a bit. Brentford actually played all right, I think, but you're right. In the fucking game overall, they didn't do enough to test us. Besides, obviously, the header. The penalty was stupid. Bro, I've been telling people, I love Nick Pope. Like, that's my guy. He made a great save in the Carabao Cup final. But, like, I think we need an upgrade in the goalkeeper position. What are you saying?
Fair enough.
Newcastle, would you buy one? Buy a new goalkeeper? Because Pope's like 33.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I'd probably end up looking at goalkeepers.
32.
Thing is about goalkeepers, because they age differently. Like, he still probably has at least 3 good years, maybe, depending on how he ages. So I would definitely look for a goal. I wouldn't rush into buying one. One thing I would say is, even though Livramento has been very good in terms of his development, I feel like another fullback would probably be ideal before you go out and sign a goalkeeper.
Oh, really?
I would probably say a fullback, just because I don't trust Kieran Trippier in terms of how he's getting on. And while Livramento has developed into a very good squad player, I don't think his ceiling is very high. So in terms of where you guys should progress in the future, like I think your midfield is very progressive.
Yeah, do you rate Lewis Hall left back?
Yeah, I think Lewis Hall is pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, I think he's pretty decent. I haven't seen too much of him, to be fair, but the games that I have watched, because I have watched a few Newcastle games here and there, I just happen to catch some now and again. I don't go out of my way to watch any specific team. If a game's on, I'll just watch it. But I have liked what I've seen out of Lewis Hall. But I think in terms of
he's got that drive forward.
Yeah, like I like his
really eager to go forward. Yeah.
But yeah, I think another fullback, or maybe like I would say a fullback, just to phase Kieran Trippier out, to be honest, because even though he does provides a lot of value in set pieces and just his ability to take corners and cross the ball in general.
He's been solid defensively.
Like he provides a lot of value in that, and but the problem is that he's gonna just get targeted by teams soon enough that he's just gonna get targeted and he's not gonna be able to handle it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I think it's best if even if you shift Livramento, because I know Livramento is he started his career as a right back. I know that for sure.
Yes.
If maybe
you can play left and right.
Yeah, you can play either or. But I say if you get another fullback, even if it's someone that can challenge their position or even maybe start ahead of them to give them some
Yeah.
competition, because the direction you guys are just going nothing but up. So it would probably be best to try and get another fullback in the door that can phase out Trippier and that can also provide some competition to Hall and Livramento. Because while they're good squad players, I don't think they're floor raisers. You know, I don't think they're going to raise like the standard of the club or raise like the ceiling of what the club can do. So I feel like
Yeah.
your midfield and your attack can raise, like they can raise because you have obviously a dynamic strike in Isak, you've got Gordon, and the midfield three as well, the starting midfield three on the screen is one of the
Yeah.
best midfield threes in the entire league. So I think you
Yes.
guys have a very, very good squad, especially just a very good starting 11. I just think um, getting that bench up to scratch and then having them compete with the starting 11 as well, I think that's what's
You need to
really
get this guy
separating
healthy as well, Botman.
Botman as well, yeah. Because Botman, I can't lie, he was very good before his injury. So
Yeah.
I think it's just a thing of just trying to basically build up the bench to where they can compete with the starting lineup, just so they don't get too comfortable in the starting lineup. Because that's what you see the top teams that already have players on the bench who are competing for the starting
That
11
could
spot all
start.
the time. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you're keeping the starting 11 on their toes, because that's how you keep it going. Really, as a big club.
Yeah, not defo. Livramento at left back is defending well against Bowen, Salah. Yeah, he has. And who's the other good right-sided attacker? Palmer. Palmer as well. He's had a good game against Palmer. Who's the other right-sided players? Fuck. Saka. To be fair, Arsenal have done nothing to us. 3 L's. He's
Fairs.
defended well against Saka as well. And Lewis Hall, to be fair. I don't know if he defended. No, he played. Yeah, Livramento played well left back against him.
You still have to play Arsenal in the league, or
yes, at their place.
Okay, all right.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't lie.
I am as well. I need you lot to win, please, please. I need a win.
Probably. What else was I gonna ask you? Oh yeah, what? So, if you were Newcastle in the summer, what's the first position that you need to upgrade in the 11? Mine is right winger, right wing.
Right wing. I hear that, yeah, because Jacob Murphy, good
He's
player,
decent. Yeah,
but it should be coming off the bench realistically. Because where Newcastle where you guys want to go as a club, you'll need to have probably better than Jacob Murphy at right wing. So I hear it. I'd personally go with the fullback. I would look at a goalkeeper as well, to be fair, though. I don't really know what the goalkeeper market is looking like. But yeah, right wing is also a very good position.
It's plenty. Bro, don't ever listen to fucking people that say, oh, this market, that market. Bro, like, I know I'm the anomaly because I watch a fuckload of football from around the world, whatever. So maybe I overrate these fucking guys. I don't know. But like when people tell me like there's no strikers out there, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, I was talking about fucking Marmouche when I Eintracht Frankfurt watch along this season in August. I'm like, the bad boy player. Like nobody was really saying nothing. And all of a sudden, Man City buy him in January. I thought there's no strikers on the market. How does Marmouche have all these fucking goals? He scored again on yesterday against Leicester.
Yeah.
I think he's just he got a hat trick against us. Like, there's players out there. Just fucking tell your scouts. Tell your scouts, like, bro, go find one. France, Germany, Italy, like, go fucking somewhere. Like, Isak, bro, I'm going to show you something crazy. Isak's numbers, what do you think they were at Real Sociedad? Do you think they were, like, comparable to the ones
I'd assume
now?
So. I'd assume so, yeah.
Look at this. His best season was 10 goals in all comps. 17 and 16. First season with
about right, yeah.
First season with Newcastle, 25. That's 9 more goals. That's a big difference. So that's what I'm saying with scouting. 24 goals, bruh. And there's still games to go as well. 24 and all.
I hear you.
So this is the thing with scouting. Like,
But one thing I would say though
yeah,
is obviously goalkeeper position is completely different. But when it comes to striker position, so obviously Marmoush, right? Obviously he's a striker, but he was bought as almost like a secondary striker. You get what I'm saying? So like he'll play like
Haaland.
He'll play behind Haaland, and then he could play on the wing, I guess, if Savio and Doku don't play. Obviously, I think Haaland, I don't know if Haaland's got picked up a knock or something, but he didn't play against Leicester.
Yeah, he's out.
He's out, right? So Marmoush will be in that striker role.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the top clubs, like when it comes to the striker market, for example, there's plenty of strikers out there. But in terms of like the top clubs, so you're talking about the Man Cities, the Barças, the Real Madrid, like they have their striker locked in.
Bayern.
For the next like 5 years, they've got their striker locked in. So if you're a world-class striker a world-class striker in the world, self-explanatory, but you're basically locked into the club that you're at pretty much. Apart from like if you're talking about the top clubs, like I'm not counting Atletico Madrid in that, for example.
Okay.
Like when I talk about the top clubs, I mean like the absolute elites of elites, like the level 1 clubs. I'd even throw, for the sake of the argument, I wouldn't even throw PSG in there, for example.
Okay. Well, because they don't even play with a striker like that anyway.
They don't really play with a proper striker because it's Luis Enrique. But in terms of like the top clubs, their strikers are kind of locked. So in my opinion, Newcastle are very close to not getting to a level 1 club, but obviously the aspiration is to get there. But in order to get there, you have to get to a level of like Atletico Madrid's and then PSGs and stuff like that. Perfect. You guys are on your way to do that. So I feel like in terms of if you want to progress to that level 1 status, it's essential that you keep your squad as it is, especially Isak, because you're in a position right now where the top clubs aren't looking to sign a striker because they have their striker for the next few years. Like Barca have
besides Arsenal.
Yeah, really? Bayern have, but Arsenal, you ain't got to worry about Arsenal, innit? But yeah, Barca got Lewandowski, Bayern have Harry Kane, Real Madrid have Mbappe, Man City have Haaland, and if Haaland gets injured, they now have Marmoush. Like you don't really have to worry about the top teams trying to snipe Isak. I don't think anyway.
Do you think Liverpool? Because that's who he's been linked with, kind of.
I would say potentially, but the reason I would say he'd probably stay at Newcastle at that point is because Liverpool are set to lose their 3 most impactful players, or 3 of them most. Like Van Dijk and Salah, possibility. Yeah, depending on where you value Trent, like Salah and Van Dijk are definitely the 2 most influential players in the team. And then if you want to say Trent is maybe 4th or 5th behind like a Gravenberch or an Alisson, he's still top 5. So if they lose all 3 of those players in the summer, yes, they'll be signing Isak, but then they'd have to sign someone that also
is they'd have to pay
Van Dijk.
Money.
Yeah, they'd have to sign someone comparable to Van Dijk and Trent, and then if someone else may leave, we got Flawless for the raid every time, man. But they'd have to sign people to be comparable to them. So Isak will probably look at it like, yo, I've got all of this. I've got everything ready made in Newcastle. We've just won a trophy. We're probably going to finish, if you guys finish 4th, or even if you finish 5th, if you finish in the Europa League, you guys could genuinely win the Europa League because you're that good of a team.
Ooh, okay.
So if you finish 5th or 6th and you win the Europa League, that's automatic Champions League qualification, plus another trophy under the belt. You get what I'm saying? So
two in 2 years, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it makes sense for Isak, considering that the top teams have their strikers locked in at least for the next 3 or 4 years. Plus Newcastle ascending into a position where they want to be perennial Champions League. If they ascend to that kind of status, then there's no reason for Isak to leave because he's already perennial Champions League. And if Newcastle have proven that they're trying to win trophies. So at that point, Isak wouldn't really go nowhere, in my opinion anyway. It wouldn't make sense for him to go nowhere unless he's just going to explode and get a bunch of money somewhere. That's the only way he really goes, in my opinion. So I feel like Isak is here to stay, which means that your best player, or at least one of your best players, is here to stay. If your best players wants to stay, that's going to entice the rest of the team to stay for the most part because they've already tasted
they're winning something.
They're winning something. So they've seen a cup. They've seen some sort of trophy. So you're gonna see Bruno stay. You're gonna see Sandro stay. Joe Linton, he's literally redefined his career as a central midfielder. He's gonna want to stay. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Gordon's gonna stay. He's reinvented himself since he left Everton.
Yes.
And then the defenders, they're not to shade the defenders, but they're not on the stardom level of the midfielders and attackers. So they're automatically going to want to stay as well.
Besides Botman, but Botman's been struggling with health.
He's been struggling with injuries, to be fair. So it's one of them ones where I feel like you have a team that will pretty much stay together for the next few years. The question is if you just upgrade on where you need to upgrade, and hopefully Eddie Howe can take you that way. And if he can't do it, then you got to bring in a manager who can do it. But Eddie Howe has shown that he can win a trophy at the very least. So,
which is something that no Newcastle manager's done in 70 years.
Literally. So the future looks very bright for Newcastle, in my opinion, because I don't feel like any of your major players are going to get snapped by any other team because of the ascendant.
And if they do, they're going for silly money.
Yeah, is that
if Liverpool want Isak, it's 150 M's.
Yeah, it's that
and
much
when
money.
You have,
and they're not paying it. FSG are not paying that.
Exactly, because FSG are fucking. They do just barely enough, and then the managers have to go Super Saiyan. Salah has to go Super Saiyan. Van Dijk.
Like FSG aren't doing that. They're not doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
No chance.
But good assessment, bro. Good assessment. But yeah, we got fucking Leicester next. Leicester away, probably a win. Man United away, we host Man United, probably a win. Like, if you look at the table right now, do you think Newcastle get fifth? Will most likely be a champ spot. Do you think Newcastle get fifth?
You really can get fifth. I'll be so real.
I think top three is a lock, by the way. Top three are locked in.
You think they're locked? I feel like Forest might drop off, I
feel like we've been saying that about Forest for a minute, though. They've only conceded 10. Here's the thing with Forest. They've only conceded 10 goals at home all season.
Oh, is it Fairs?
10. Fair enough. Next best is Liverpool, the champions-elect at 11. Arsenal's at 12. The next best is 15.
All right, well, let's assume that Forest is going to lock third then. So it's between Chelsea, Man City, and Newcastle.
Villa on 48.
Oh yeah, Tuesday, because Villa have gotten they've gotten Marlon and their man in the door now.
Rashford, Asensio.
I don't trust Brighton. I don't trust Brighton at all. So I would just lock up. Asensio has been balling as well.
Very good player.
But I think you man will get Europa League. I'll be so real.
6th place.
I think you'll get 6th place, and I think it's
just
just
look at the schedules.
Yeah, we might as well, considering it's such a close gap. You might
start out with Newcastle. So, like I said, our games are Leicester away. I think we'll win.
Mm-hmm.
Man United at home. I think we'll win, but could be a sneaky draw for Man United. Because in the bigger games against the better teams, they do get like these draws or wins, to be fair.
Yeah.
Palace, I think, will draw. I think we'll draw with. They're one of our bogey teams. So I actually think we'll get a draw. I think we'll draw with Villa. Could lose. Could win. That's like a fucking. That could go any which. What are you saying for this game? Let's assume both teams are full strength.
I think Aston Villa beat you.
Okay. Ipswich next. Dub, probably.
Just a dub.
Brighton away is a bogey team. That's probably an L.
True.
Our record.
Oh, you guys played Chelsea. Okay.
Look at our record.
Okay.
Brighton. It's not good.
Oh, Fairs. I didn't realize it was this bad against Brighton.
Yeah.
It's not even that it's crazily bad. It's just like they've gotten some sneaky wins.
They've gotten some good results. Yeah. Then we host Chelsea. I think we'll win because actually, if you look at win. So we got 3 straight wins.
I think it'll beat Chelsea, honestly.
I think we
it'll be
will
Chelsea.
too. It'll be a tough game.
Considering
then-
you guys play Chelsea, I think you guys will sneak fifth then.
Yes, that's That's why I asked if you want to see a schedule. Arsenal away,
You'll draw that
take a
game.
draw. Yeah, and then Everton at home. They're another
You'll
one
beat
of our
Everton.
bogey teams, though. We could draw that one, but then again, they might have fucking nothing to play for.
Yeah, you'll at very least draw against Everton at the very least.
And then if you look at, let's look at fucking Chelsea's schedule. So they got next up Brentford. I think they'll probably.
They'll lose that game.
Ooh, okay. You got Brentford dub.
Yeah, they're not going to beat Brentford.
Fairs, okay. I'll go with a draw. Legia Warszawa. They might actually. Yo, I would not be surprised if Legia Warszawa knocked them out. I'm just letting y'all know that. And I said before the beginning of the year, like Chelsea ain't winning the Conference League.
Is it? Right? I can't. If they don't win, Maresca needs to walk the plank, fam. He needs to walk.
They
the
probably
plank.
would, to be fair. They'll beat Ipswich, I think.
Yeah.
That's fair. Fulham away, this could be anything.
That's a toss up.
Because
That's
Fulham can be like super dusty and lose to Palace 3-0 on fucking Saturday or whatever it was. But then they turn up and they go to Anfield to get a 2-2.
Yeah. This could be anything.
I'll
to
go
be
with a
honest.
draw.
I wouldn't even, yeah, because it's West London derby as well. So yeah, it could easily be a draw.
I think they'll beat Everton.
I don't know. I
Everton
actually don't know.
Everton been kind of dusty lately. I can't lie. Fuck, this thing completely fucked me.
It's been dusty, but I can't lie. They have the physicality to really like put it on Chelsea. Pause. Yeah, I said
That's true. That's true.
And besides, Chelsea, their whole problem is that they don't score enough goals. So like, against a low block, that's gonna be kind of.
I think it'll be one of those. They'll get like an 80th minute goal, like a 1-0 or 2-1 or some shit. But what are you saying for this? I'll go with like a Chelsea one.
I think Everton might sneak a 1-0. You know.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't see Chelsea scoring really.
Then they host
Liverpool.
Draw.
Oh, that's a draw written all over it.
Because Liverpool would just be like, "All right, we just here for vibes."
Pretty
Or
much,
that might be the game that they, that might be the game that Liverpool could like clinch the league mathematically. Because it's kind of near. Yeah.
True. Yeah, it depends on how what Liverpool did.
That's
Because
why
Arsenal could just go and fuck
Yeah.
up their games, and Liverpool could just win the title. So.
And then this is the deciding one, really. This is essentially a Champions League playoff. If both teams kind of
Whoever wins this
around.
game realistically will get it. Yeah. But I believe you guys will beat Chelsea though.
This game is pretty much always a draw. Man United Chelsea. Look at the fucking draw. Chelsea win. Man United win. Oh shit. There you go. These are the draws. Yeah. 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. No. So like probably a draw somehow. And then they go away to Forest on the last day as well. This could be another like Champions League playoff kind of thing.
Yeah, they'll lose this game as well.
But for me, Chelsea have the slightly tougher schedule than Newcastle. I think Man City get.
Man City will get fourth.
Yeah.
I think you guys might sneak fifth over Chelsea, who'll get sixth, and they'll get Europa League.
That's fair. And they have Conference League as well. That they'll probably go far in as well. Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird one for Chelsea because if they win the Conference League, they get Europa League anyway. So I don't know whether they would focus on, if they say fuck the Conference League and focus on the Premier League, or if they would just say, because like if they win, like let's say like for example, if they win the Conference League and they qualify for Europa League, then that means one more position would have to get Conference League or Europa League. Sorry, one of the two. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, right? Because Like usually
Yeah,
the
it'll
winner.
go down. It'll bump down. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if I guess it depends on how Maresca sees it, but I don't know if they would win the Conference League and then qualify for Europa League, or try and qualify for Champions League straight away and just potentially lose the Conference League, because it's like it's a trophy.
Those Chelsea fans are hungry as fuck for trophies. They can't do the no trophy thing again. I can't lie. Those men are starving.
I
think
hear
they'll
it. But
have to take the
what would they
conference.
take? No, that's a question I guess we'll ask them. Would you
Yeah.
take Champions League with no Conference League, or would you take a Conference League with Europa League next year? That's a question.
Yeah. Financially, they need champs.
They would need chance financially, but in terms of what the fans want, would you rather just skip the Europa League thing and go straight to Champions League, or would you win the Conference League
The
and just play
Conference League
Europa League
thing
for
will
the
be
next year?
bad for them in terms of banter.
Mm.
That's what it is. I feel like I feel like with Chelsea fans, a lot of them are just like, yo, we won the thing. And it's like, what? It's like, I don't know, man. People were saying Aston Villa was going to fucking walk their way to the Conference League last year. And then Olympiacos scored like 6 goals in 2 games.
I hear it.
They got Latimus Prime, my guy.
Hey, this is because this is our show, man. Get your own show, fam. Not Prime. Get your own show, man.
Oh, you know Prime, right?
Newcastle will smoke you. That's what we're talking about.
You know Prime, right?
Yeah, that's my guy.
That is my guy. Facts.
Yeah.
And then, all right, here's Man City scheduled. Then we'll do Villas. So, I think this is a draw.
Yeah.
This Sunday, because I don't trust Man City. I don't trust Man United. So there you go.
Yeah. If it was a cup final, I'd say United wins, but it's just a
Which is
league
crazy.
game. So.
But yeah, actually, no, I would. Nah, Man City this year. Fuck. That's why I go a draw, because it's like with both teams. It's like I know Man United are awful, but occasionally in the big games, they do something. They get a sneaky win or a decent draw. But then in games like Forest away or like fucking who else did Man United lose to? There's so fucking many. Literally can't even. Man City Palace.
Yeah, so
Keep in
that's
mind,
not what I
Palace
said,
have been
Daniel.
good away from home.
Wait, Daniel, that's not what I said. I said, would you rather get Champions League with no conference title, or would you get Europa League with the conference title? I'm saying, would you rather win the Conference League but only qualify for Europa, or not win the Conference League and qualify for Champions League? That was the question. But
Do you want? Do Chelsea fans want top 4 or the Conference League? If you could only have one. But yeah, obviously you'd want both. What do you stand for? No, go on.
Yeah, both is not the question I asked, so it's not a valid answer. It's just not the question I asked you. Man City versus Crystal Palace, though. I believe City should win this game, though. I'm not gonna lie. City should win this. If they don't win this, I'll be very surprised.
But Palace's away form has been sick recently. I know they drew the Southampton, to be fair. But like their away form has been fucking sick lately. I can't lie.
See, what is it with Chelsea fans are not answering the question? Like, I didn't ask you if you want
Arsenal
both.
behavior.
Like, I didn't ask you if you want both. Stop being greedy, fam. Answer the question. Can't lie, bro. Answer the question. It's crazy.
Yo, I can't lie. I'm gonna actually go. Do I go for a Palace?
Look at this man not answering the question. This is crazy. I said I'm not answering it. These Chelsea man have no backbone, you know. It's crazy.
How about this? How about this? We'll do a poll in it. Poll.
They're gonna poll it for these men are just gonna not vote on the poll.
Chelsea fans pick one. In fucking parentheses, uno. Un, French for one. German one is uno, un. What's Spanish for one? No,
isn't that uno?
Spanish is uno, un. Whatever. You pick one outcome for Chelsea. You win the Conference league title, or you finish top 4.
And I'm gonna be doing this while you answer. I'm gonna be drinking my tea. Yes, sir. I'm gonna be drinking.
So Man City Palace, you're saying Man City win?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll go with the draw just because Palace are kind of, I don't know. Again, they're decent. They're decent. And away from home, they've been decent. So I'll go with the draw. Everton away. Keep it. I don't think they have a great record at Goodison. Never mind. They've won like fucking 5. Forget what I fucking never mind. Ooh, they don't have a good record. Okay, so yeah, Man City should
They
win.
won 5 out of 5.
I'll give them the dub.
Yeah, we'll say Man City win, man. Fuck it. I told you these men are just gonna boycott this poll, man.
This isn't top 4 related, but what are you saying about this FA? I can't lie. I think Forest win on pens in it. Forest win on pens.
Man City win.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Experience.
I'll say Man City. Against
Man
Aston
City
Villa at home.
No,
City
it's
still
at the
win.
Etihad.
Yeah, Man City still win this game.
Okay. Man City will beat Wolves.
Yeah.
They'll beat Southampton.
Yeah.
I think they'll beat Bournemouth again, but Bournemouth
They'll beat Bournemouth.
Bournemouth will give them a good game, but I do think they'll win. Could be a draw. Fulham away could be a draw, but like honestly, compared to what Chelsea's last games are, Man City have the easiest run. That's why I ultimately think they get top 4.
Yeah, they'll get 4th place.
And I think it just helps that we play Chelsea at home and they don't have a great record versus us the past 3 times.
Yeah, I feel like you guys will beat Chelsea too. I think Chelsea will get 6th and then you'll get 5th.
Yeah.
And then they'll get Europa League football at that point. I believe
and then Villa is the last one we got to look at. Now they got champs still. Oh shit!
Which is why, but that's why I don't think they'll. That's why I don't think they're in the conversation like that. Yeah, they got Asensio and Rashford's been playing well, but like Unai Emery, like they have Unai Emery. Like Emery has been known to focus on trying to get the European silverware. Like he did it with Villarreal. He went for that Europa League. They won the Europa League. Then he went to the Champions League. And they pretty much didn't do that well in the league because they're trying to win the Champions League. And to be fair, he got to the semi-final and he was up against Liverpool until like the 60th minute, the second leg, something like that. And so he was very close to going to the final, which I give him credit for. But that's his cards on the table. He's probably going to focus more on the Aston Villa PSG game that's going to be coming up, in my opinion. And depending on how that goes, then he'll probably make his next move. So, yeah.
No, that's fair. I think it'll be a draw, Villa Forest. What about you? This Saturday.
Yeah, draw sounds about right. I lean more towards Forest, but
damn, they have a 9-point gap. Wow.
First.
What are you saying about the PSG game?
I gotta lose.
I got like a 2-1 Paris, probably. In Paris. I'll go 2-1 Paris Saint-Germain, probably.
No, they'll win like 2-0, but I just think the second leg will be where it gets interesting.
This, by the way, is a gift from fucking God. The fact that in between the PSG first leg and the second leg, you got Southampton away. That's a fucking, because then you could do a rotation thing and still expect to win. Like I think they'll win.
Really good. I think PSG playing in fucking Birmingham, like we saw them play in Newcastle, and it was just completely fucked, innit? Like,
so do you think Villa? Do you think Villa? All right. What are you saying?
I
for
think
this
though, I
one?
think I wouldn't be surprised if Villa beat PSG at home.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if they'll go through. I think maybe PSG might do enough damage in the first leg, but I do, but I don't think PSG are just gonna waltz up to Birmingham and slap Aston Villa. It's not happening.
No, yeah.
It's not happening. I don't believe that for a second.
I'll probably. I said PSG 2-1 first leg. Second, I think it might be like a 1-1, where Villa lead 1-0 late, and then PSG score late. That would make it
Okay.
3-2, something like that. That'll be a good good tie. Oh yeah, and then this one, like I said,
Yeah, difficult game.
but then
I think you'll always beat them though. But
we actually have a decent record at Villa. No, we fucking don't.
damn, never mind. Oh shit, I didn't realize it was that bad. Oh shit.
Well, that's what it is. We have a good record versus Aston Villa at our place. We don't do well. Basically, it's one-sided. The home team
Damn.
usually wins. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll lose that shit, bro. We could win because like last year, I didn't think we were gonna win 3-1, but we did.
Mm.
And what are you saying about this FA Cup semifinal?
Man. Villa have a better team,
Big up
so
H,
they
by the
should
way.
go through.
Villa
Big up
fan.
H, man.
Villa fan.
Big up
And
H,
he's
big
right.
up H.
His squad is fully fit now.
Yeah, I'm saying like Villa have a better team, but I like Crystal Palace. So I'm gonna say fuck H and his team, and we're gonna go with the Crystal Palace masterclass.
I actually picked
Pretty
Palace
much.
to win the FA Cup before the season started, so I am sticking with my guns on that.
What made you pick Palace?
Glasner.
Oh, okay, because of Frankfurt. Okay.
Yep. And he and at yeah, he's just been he's a cup merchant, which is cool because it's like you win trophies, but yeah.
Fairs.
I forget
Man
what I said.
City, City's gonna beat them.
Actually, important context as well. Villa's away form is not great. Mid-table. Damn, Chelsea's away form ain't great either. 9.
Jeez.
But then again, look at the points separating it. Like you could go from freaking 10th to 4th if you get the if Man City wins. So make of that what you will. I would probably draw.
Okay.
I'd probably go draw. And then Villa Fulham. Fulham or
Yeah, Villa got that.
sneaky. I'll go
Nah,
with
Villa
Villa
got
win.
that.
Villa win.
Villa got that. Villa got
I
that.
think. And then Bournemouth away. I can't. Fuck. I think Bournemouth are running out of gas.
Probably.
That's
I
something
wouldn't be
I've
surprised.
noticed. I'll
Just
go
happens when you play
Villa.
high intensity, man.
I'll go Villa win.
Right, I don't mind that one.
And then they got sorry.
Yeah, man. Moving on. Moving on.
And then they got Man United away. That's a dumb.
Oh yeah, that's a win.
We actually picked quite a few Villa wins. So if we end up being right, they actually will kind of be in the mix for it. They actually will be. But I don't know. It'll be interesting. But actually, here's one question before we dip. So play 38 games in a season. Do you think you'll get above 40 points or below? 8 games.
Who do we have to play? We have to play. We just played Chelsea. We have to play Liverpool. We have to play Aston Villa. Have to play Southampton. Have to play West Ham.
Wolves away.
Have to play Wolves.
Forest.
Have to play Fulham. Have to play Forest. Oh no, we just played Fulham. West Aston Villa. Yeah, we get 40 points. Yeah, we'll get 40.
Yeah, you'll get 2 wins, I think. You'll get it against. Oh wait, maybe West Ham away. I think you'll win.
Yeah, we'll beat Southampton, and then I don't even know if we'll get another win, but we'll probably get 3 draws. At this point, I don't even know what to expect. We don't even draw that much, but I don't know what to expect at this point.
That's why I asked you, because I'm like, bro, they don't.
Either way, the win against Southampton will guarantee our survival. So after that game, I'm not really worried. But
Nice.
yeah, after that, I'm not really worried. But we'll probably be, in my opinion, if we had to win one of these games, we'd probably somehow beat Aston Villa away from home. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's fair. I hear it. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
if we're gonna pick one.
Anything else you wanted to discuss, bro?
Is anything? Not really. I can't lie. I think we covered everything.
Fair.
I think so.
Fair.
Yeah.
Anything else in the comments? Villa's schedule is kind of tough. It is, but I do have them winning a lot of games. Not gonna lie, I don't see us losing our last home game of the season. That's true.
Well, I do. That's why I've got 4 rights and you have 2, mate.
I'll raid League Gunner. Yes, defo do that. But yeah, people, that's gonna wrap it up, bro. Hey, great first show.
Very good, very good.
Great first show. I enjoyed that. Making fun of Ange for like 20 minutes about his friend.
Yeah, he brings it on himself, man. I can't lie. He brings it on himself with that stupid shit.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, people, that's gonna wrap it up. Make sure to go subscribe to my guy Elijah. In the little name there, Too Much of E. Look that up on YouTube.
Yes,
But yeah,
sir.
we'll see y'all possibly next week. I think y'all play Frankfurt on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Fair.
Frankfurt.
So maybe we could talk about that and whatever the hell Newcastle do against Leicester City. But yeah, take care, everybody. Go type in fucking League Gunners chat. Isak isn't gonna join you. Hold that. Peace out. Nice.